And so I feel like there's a bit of like panic in the karmic situations, right? So anything that's wanting to keep the masculine unawakened or feeling like they're stuck or they'll never have the time, they'll never have the opportunity, like anything that keeps them stuck in a lower vibrational thought pattern, it will always act up when the masculines start awakening it, or they start wanting to learn more about the journey. Many times when the masculines want to learn more about the journey, they don't only just watch tarot readings and Google stuff. They want to talk to their divine feminines, okay? Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717. I am back with another video. I hope everyone is doing incredibly well, guys. It's nice and rainy here in Toronto. The weather has just been, it's been so cozy. You know when it rains and there's sun? I love the way that looks outside. Oh my gosh, so incredibly cozy. And when it's all like windy. But anyways, guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to the new subscribers. I love you guys so much as a community. Please let me just say that. I read your comments. You guys are just very thankful, shouting me out as TT717 or Twintuitive. I do read the comments and I see them, and I am so humbled by them and so appreciative. Thank you to those of you also who have emailed me personally within the last couple of weeks, just to express a lot of what's happened on your journey. And it also, you guys expressing your gratitude, it means the world to me. I am so happy that you guys have found a lot of peace in these videos, and it's been helpful to you in some way, okay? I'm so incredibly humbled by that, okay? And if ever you guys want to work with me personally, I do have a special offer from Wizio right now where it's 10% off any of my readings on Wizio.com. You just use the code community10 and it gets you 10% off. I also have a Patreon platform. If you guys ever want to join, you're able to communicate with me directly through direct messages. I'll occasionally answer questions. I do share a whole bunch of extra readings on there. And I also talk about my own personal journey, how I met my twin flame, how my whole life has unraveled because of this journey. And I appreciate you guys so much. And without you, I would not be doing what I'm doing because I would have no one to listen to me. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, for liking, sharing, subscribing, all of that good stuff, okay? I don't know if I tend to go all out like this in every video. Sometimes, I don't always have the time, but I feel like it's necessary to stop sometimes and just tell you guys thank you so much, okay? So I have a reading today for you guys. I've been experiencing a lot of personal shifts in my own twin flame journey, and I thought that I would let that energy flow into some of these readings because I feel like there's a lot of insights coming in for both the divine masculines and feminines, but I know we covered a lot of stuff about the masculines in the last reading. So today I want to talk a little bit about the divine feminines and how they're perceiving the twin flame connection right now, some of the shifts that have been happening. The reading is general, so it may not resonate with everyone, but again, these are just some of the things that I am personally receiving a lot of visions on, thinking about it all day, a lot of repetitive thoughts, a lot of repetitive ideas for readings. So yeah, it was definitely guided, okay? I wanted to talk about the way the masculine is seeing the feminines right now. The masculines are moving closer towards the feminine, okay? And they're coming in very strong, very confident, very sure of themselves, which is very, very sexy and attractive right now to the divine feminines. But also, guys, with this energy, you might find that karmic situations are trying to deceive you. They are trying to create certain holograms. And it's funny because my son has been watching Rescue Bots, and they were talking about holograms, and he kept asking me, what's a hologram? And I would say, oh, I don't know. And he would go, a hologram is a ghost, Mom. Because I guess in the show they were comparing it to like a ghost. And so I just am getting that vibe about like the karmic situations, okay? So whether it's like work taking away your masculines, a lot of crazy changes with like shift work, having to be out of town a lot, it's draining them. And many of them are starting to see with this twin flame connection that there's a lot to tap into with like finding true love. Like it's almost like how can I say it? If you discover a superpower, you can do more than just use your superpower. You can help, you can help a lot of people, and you can see things in a way that the world, or the majority of the world, doesn't see. And so many of the masculines are looking at their life under a microscope since meeting the divine feminine, and they're really starting to question their realities. And so I feel like there's a bit of like panic in the karmic situations, right? So anything that's wanting to keep the masculine unawakened, or feeling like they're stuck, or they'll never have the time, they'll never have the opportunity, like anything that keeps them stuck in a lower vibrational thought pattern, it will always act up when the masculines start awakening it, or they start wanting to learn more about the journey. Many times when the masculines want to learn more about the journey, they don't only just watch tarot readings and Google stuff. They want to talk to their divine feminines, okay? So that's why you guys might find like they're constantly drawn towards you, because again, yes, it's amazing to have the romantic connection, the sexual attraction, the chemistry, but many of us, once we kind of get comfortable with being around our twin flame, we start viewing them as like a very dear friend that we can experience anything with. And it doesn't always have to be sexuality. A lot of the times your twin flame is drawn to you because not only is there this pull in many other areas of their lives towards you, but you fulfill their thirst for knowledge about this twin flame connection, specifically how to attract abundance and financial wealth a lot easier, okay, by just like sitting down and using your gifts, okay? And many twin flames also are starting to realize that a lot of their gifts have to do with psychic abilities, intuition, just working well with people, being so kind to people. It's almost like you have a hypnotic effect on people, so you're able to bring about higher good, like a lot of good changes. It doesn't matter if people are in authority or if they're in power. It's like the moment you have a conversation with them, you can easily sway them into doing what it is you need to do for the highest good. Many of you are discovering that you have these types of abilities, okay? And trust it. You guys need to trust it. In fact, I had like feelings about like, oh my God, I don't want to share personal aspects of my own journey, but I got a very clear message. It's like, trust whatever is coming to you, because you need to share it for the highest good. It's like, don't worry about, oh, I don't know if I should share this. It's about my own personal journey and I feel exposed. I felt that ego side of me, but I also felt a very strong voice that came from a council. And many of you will start experiencing this if you haven't already, but it's like a stronger voice that tells you, no, like you're on this journey, here is the course of action that you must take. And many of us are really going for it. So trust your abilities that are developing on this journey, guys, because a lot of your masculines are feeling the need to connect with you right now. And I am telling you, it is out of needing to know. It's a need to know basis, so everybody in their circle needs to mind their own business. And this is why karmic situations may be trying to deceive you. It may be trying to pull your masculine away with double shifts or changing his work location. It might be like, provoking the divine feminine to make her think that certain things are happening when they're not. And this is all part of the soul partners or karmic partners lessons as well, in order to continue to seek out higher love for themselves, okay? Because they do devote a lot of time and energy into the masculine, which also means creating diversions when sometimes they may not be able to pay attention to the fact that they need to pull themselves out of that energy and focus on fulfilling themselves, bringing abundance to them, etc. Okay, so everything, when we really look at it in hindsight, it is like a hologram effect, sometimes, the karmics can create these illusions, but again, it's up to us as twin flames, as having these gifts and being able to trust it, to know when to see it as a hologram versus a reality, okay? Because sometimes I feel like the divine feminines will get triggered and they'll pull back from their masculines or stray away from unconditional love on this journey. And then it's like the masculine sitting there like, I can't believe you would believe what they're doing over what I'm telling you. You know what I mean? Because it's like, there are certain lessons here that we're all meant to learn on this journey, guys. And sometimes it's going to take the divine feminine stepping into the eagle energy and really soaring above and looking at everything in front of you, okay? That eagle energy there came through very strongly. So let's get to the cards. I'm about 10 minutes in, guys. Oh my God, I am so sorry. But sometimes these messages need to come out, you know? So I have my goddess deck here, okay? Because this is the way that the divine feminine is being viewed by now. By everyone. Like, in this moment, this is how the karmic views her. This is how the divine masculine especially views her. Just everyone in her surroundings. I feel like you guys have done so much work to claim your autonomy, to really move about life with conviction that, you know, you stand tall and you stand in your feminine power and you stand in this journey and you stand what it means for you despite what it is that's happening in your counterpart's life. You know that for some weird reason you ran into someone, you felt a spark, and they changed the course of your life, and you will forever have a connection with them because of that. And you can't help that, divine feminine. You know, your masculine is attracted to you in every way possible. Okay, I'm going to get a few from this deck, not just one. Let's go ahead and get messages for a few of the divine feminine collectives, because I know all of us are on different timelines as well. And a lot of our masculines' personalities and just energy is very different as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and shuffle. And shout out to Divine Maverick, Daniel Boom, LLE Ascension, Divine Symmetry 1847, and we also have Wickedly Divine Feminine. They are definitely my favorite twin flame readers right now, just to really learn from and to grow from. I just want to thank them for just doing their thing. I feel so comforted too listening to their content and their videos. I know Divine Maverick recently just kind of tuned into Daniel Boom, and I just thought that that was so cool that us as readers are now coming together to, you know, recognize each other and kind of salute each other. Divine Maverick might have a laugh at that one, but just kind of enter the room and kind of nod our heads and say what's up. And it's beautiful to just connect with like-minded soul, you know, with family, soul family. All right, because every time I listen, like, Daniel definitely gives me, you know, that good vibe, but at the end of the day, you know, snap out of it and hit you with that real quick. And then there is Divine Maverick, who, I don't know, like, she's very stern when she's ready, you know, but also just playful and gentle, and like she says, she's the mother of all twins, and I feel that a lot when she channels, because it's kind of like exactly how your mom would give like information to you, you know, or that mothering energy. So yeah, that's me gushing over finding Soul Tribe here on YouTube. But anyways, guys, okay, I'm gonna get a few different messages for the divine feminines, okay? I already see such beautiful, gentle cards. Okay, so the first one we have is blossoming, okay? So these divine feminines have definitely, you know, like the rag to riches type of energy, you know, not in the literal sense, but it's like, you know, just kind of maybe growing up poor. Like, do you guys know what I mean? Like, for us here in Toronto, it was like growing up in the complex. We used to say the complex. You know, and that's where I kind of grew up here in Ontario. We just grew up in those complex where all the neighborhood kids, we'd live in these attached kind of buildings, and you know, it was honestly like a small apartment with big families inside, and even if people had to sleep on the floors, and you know, mom would cook whatever was in the pantry to make ends meet, you know, going through those types of experiences in life, and then having those experiences shape the woman that you are today, which is looking back at those experiences. And it says you are just getting started. Yeah, looking at those experiences and instead of feeling victim to the type of things that you've been through, Divine Feminine, I feel like you looked at your past experiences and you said, I'm not experiencing that type of adult life for myself. You know, I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. I want to have everything I could possibly need. You know, and I feel like for many of you, let me just read you guys the message. You are just getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process, and do not give up. Okay, so this is Goddess Arakira, okay? And I feel like through this card, it's been like an ongoing process of trying to improve yourself. It started with like self-development, and then you guys eventually moved to attracting abundance. And, you know, everyone is seeing you as doing the impossible. I feel like people had an opinion about you at one point, Divine Feminines. You know, you didn't have a lot of money. Maybe they thought that, oh, you were just interested in the Divine Masculine for his money. And it's like, when you look at yourself today, it's like some of you might probably even be making more money than your Divine counterpart. Or it's like that drastic type of shift. You know what I mean? It's like you've created a lifestyle for yourself where everyone's looking at you like, huh? You know, like you're schooling everybody. And it's funny. It's like you were from that hometown, and it's like your Divine Masculine was the one who was, you know, on the up and up. And it's like, now that you really have shown everyone what that means to be, you know, in that executive role. This might be for a lot of earth energy as well. Like anyone who is attracted to the energy of the Pentacles and the tarot, like Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Life path number 8 also. Look into your life path, guys. A lot of Aries energy as well. If you're very like driven towards just creating stability for yourself in terms of wealth. You went through this process, Divine Feminine. I feel like your family too is extremely proud of you, and you make your parents proud. And when you look back on your childhood and just who you were back then, it's really helped you to balance your Divine Masculine energy. Because I feel like for many people who have grown up in circumstances where we didn't have access to everything that we wanted, or maybe it was just, you know, one of those situations where you really had to work together closely as a family to make ends meet. And then we kind of go through this whole process of awakening. It's like, it is blossoming like a beautiful flower, because there's a humility that this Divine Feminine carries within her as well. And I think that is Pentacles energy, like Queen of Pentacles. It's like she knows what it's like to go without. And now that she has, she will never ever see anybody around her go without. So there's this humility to her, you know, those type of people who have a lot of money, but it's like they take pride in like making other people happy with that money. You know, it's like their satisfaction is making other people happy, because they know that attracting pentacles and abundance in terms of material wealth is very easy for them. So that's your message here for those of you in that group. There's a lot of cards, guys, and I don't want to make the reading too crazy long, but, you know, to pair it up here with Arakira, we have Goddess Freya as well, okay? So we know, of course, this energy here comes through as what you had to do, your action, your course of action on this journey. You had to be bold, you had to be daring, you had to take risks, you had to start confronting people, you had to start distancing yourself from other people who were preventing you from going towards this relaxed energy here with all of the white around her, okay? You know, I feel like you really had to embody your true femininity, which is why she's still a bit sensual here, but she's still carrying with her some very good resources. And that wildcat beside her as well is almost like a protector, a warrior of some sort. And this might be why she's able to dress in this way and go into battle, because she doesn't really need armor. She might have a lot of spiritual powers, a lot of mental, again, abilities to be able to sway things around her, so she can truly embody this feminine energy. Okay, a lot of you have been blessed with the gift of being bold on this journey just because of the experiences that you had growing up. All right, and you have allowed your inner goddess to shine no matter if you had money or not. You know, it was never about money and affording things and stuff, like, you know, just buying stuff just to feel good about yourself or look good. You guys started to realize that abundance meant honoring your inner goddess. Okay, so taking care of your mental health. Yeah, it even says self-care here on the card. Awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. So many of you, instead of going out there and trying to buy stuff to make yourself appear in a certain way, you started devoting more time into your Queen of Wands energy, which was a lot of that passion within you, okay? And I feel too, like even with karmic partners, when they do tend to use those types of tactics to, you know, make themselves feel fulfilled, it's like the very 3D aspects of experiencing this world. Like they're oblivious to the fact of things like they're going into debt, or they're using that abundance through credit cards, or they're not in the energy of being able to earn an abundance in order to spend. It's more just spending carelessly and then trying to earn pentacles in order to like repay in that sense. And so it's like this constant cycle. It's like, again, many masculines are starting to realize that too, and how it's also seeping into their lives as well, okay? And for masculines, pentacles is really important for them. So when they come to the realization that someone is like depleting it, yeah, it's a huge wake-up call, especially when they see the divine feminine kind of, you know, again, with this bold working her magic and taking care of herself. And just when we take care of ourselves and we do for others, and like the Queen of Pentacles, where it's like she wants to take care of others, you know, we're always supported. We're always given everything that we need in abundance. So there's no need to like cause illusions about ourselves, or you know what I mean, like use white magic in that sense. It's like we are who we are just by being bold in life and taking risks and falling down and getting embarrassed and getting hurt and getting your ass thrown under the bus. So yeah, I mean, I think because the feminine has been through all of that, you guys have experienced a level of fairness as well. The situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. This is for many of the divine feminines as well, where it's like you're seen as a beautiful soul that stands for integrity. You stand up for yourself and you stand up for other people too. Okay, again, I'm getting a lot of earth energy in this reading. Okay, a lot of Taurus energy if you're a female Taurus. But I think that, you know, you've always had faith, okay, that things will always be handled, that justice will always take place. Therefore, there was no need for you to ever cause drama or make a big scene, or just give into 3D patterns of being in like a triangle type of third-party situation with your divine masculine, whether it was on your end or his end. I feel like the fairness goddess Mat, she always guided you to remain with integrity and do what's best, even if it seemed like it was taking a long time. Okay. Now we have Mother Mary coming out here. Some of you might connect with Mother Mary very closely. Her energy might be near you, but her energy says to expect a miracle. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and answered. I think too, like I've been talking about this a lot in personal readings, where sometimes we forget that prayer is an essential part of this earth experience, okay? Because when we return back to being souls without the body, there's such an attachment to the body, but when we move away from the attachment to the body, we will see that like prayer is being able to connect with things that are not physical. And of course, we know when we return back to souls, we feel this level of oneness with everything. That's why people end up doing psychedelics, is because they want to return back to that feeling of oneness, but it's only temporary. You know, the challenge is to come here to earth and try to experience that without doing psychedelics, you know, really pushing the ego to the limits. And Mother Mary says to expect a miracle, because, you know, when you pray and when you have faith and when you trust that everything around you is energy, therefore your thoughts will create your reality by urging you to take the necessary action that you need to. Expect things to go your way because you're doing what is, you know, right for yourself. You're doing what's full of integrity. You know, and many of you are seen in this way too, like even with your masculine and the way he sees you or others around you. It's like you're always full of unconditional love. It says love yourself. And I love that that's the first message there, because many of the divine feminines are seeing that. They're learning that, okay, in order for me to even think about attracting true love or manifesting this masculine that's come into my life, I need to love myself the way that I am perceiving that they love me, or you know what I mean? It's like many of you are starting to see yourselves the way your masculine sees you, which is an unconditional love. They love you no matter what, just the way you love them no matter what. So it's okay to experience separation, experience, you know, the silence, giving them the necessary space, because it says no matter what the outward appearance may be, a lot of you again are embodying unconditional love. And I think this goes back to seeing the karmic situations kind of like shake things up. You know, many of you aren't even focused on that at this time, because you have unconditional faith and love in yourself to know that whatever happens on this journey, you know, you're guaranteed to experience success and happiness. They're all experiences that we're having. And what matters is how we're dealing with the repercussions, the outcomes, the dark nights, the tower moments. You know, how grounded are we in those times? Because that's what counts. And the last card we have coming up is Goddess Damara, which is guiding children. So it says you are good at helping, counseling, and healing children. Use your skills to help children now. And this goes out to a lot of you who not only work in childcare or healthcare, or, you know, wherever you are and you might interact with children, whether you might be aunts, uncles, grandparents, brothers, sisters, like it doesn't matter what it is. If there are children around you at this time, it is a blessing. A lot of what we're learning right now is very important for the feminine collective to be able to filter out into the world, especially through children, right? And this twin flame journey will test our ability, guys. If you're a parent, if you're a stay-at-home mom, if you have kids, multiple kids, it doesn't matter. This twin flame journey and whatever the karmic situations try to penetrate into your space, just remember what can come through is what we're allowing. Okay, and I feel like this message comes to those of you with children. It's especially important that if you ever feel triggered or down or depressed or sad about your twin flame connection, you take all of that pain and you give it over to the universe, and you let the universe know that, hey, listen, I have an even more important job here, which is to be the best that I can be for the children in my life. Because many of you have been getting messages about changing your family patterns in terms of the way you guys raise children. Many of you are letting go of old patterns that you were raised with and wanting to raise your kid in a more, or your kid, sorry, in a more conscious way, right? Not, you know, getting rid of like things like yelling and like timeouts. And many of you are starting to be conscious with your children. Get down on the floor with them, hear them out, introduce them to autonomy at a very early age, teach them about, you know, themselves and about manifesting and about appreciating everything that they have. So yeah, I really feel like your divine masculine sees you as someone that he would love to have children with, or he would love to have a family with. And you know, those of you who might say to yourself, well, I can't have kids anymore, or just he wants to be a presence in your life with you, where you guys are able to be a guiding light towards everyone around you, and that includes children. I feel like when your masculine's around you, he may also feel childlike. Okay, so guiding children, if we ignore the image on the card here, you might guide his inner child in terms of having him remain present with that part of him that constantly comes up for healing, or constantly needs a hug when it comes to healing. I feel like he feels that when he's around you. Like, why do I always think of memories from when I was a kid whenever we have these blow-ups with each other? You know, and there's a lot of the times where the twin flame journey is realized when he has those moments. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and end off with just one card from the Romance Angel deck because we're 29 minutes in. Oh my goodness. I know my readings are getting longer and longer, guys. I'm so sorry. I know some of you do prefer like the short ones, maybe like 10 to 15 or even 15 to 20 minutes long. But I just feel like, some messages have been wanting to come out lately, and what I'll do is I'll try my best to organize it in my playlists where you guys know if it's just like a twin flame general message or just, information about the masculines. All right, so, okay, I'm just going to take what's at the top and what's at the bottom. Okay, so we get the wedding card here, and it says the situation involves marriage. So again, many of your masculines are certainly fantasizing about what it would be like to, again, have children with you, like do the whole beautiful experience here on earth of like finding your counterpart, experiencing true love for all that it is. And the reason I feel like he's thinking about these things is because aside from what he feels and what you feel, I feel both of you at this time are saying like, wow, the way we mesh might have a really cool impact on the world. Like even you guys bearing children together or having a pet together or, just doing your thing and being in love and having other people see that and experience the best versions of the both of you is just beneficial to the world around you. So heart-to-heart conversations are coming up for you guys, okay? So honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And I feel like this message too comes for the divine feminines, like whatever you guys are going through or experiencing right now. I've been getting like strong feelings and sensations of the masculines being like holding steady, and I know I've mentioned the term demisexual a lot on the channel because a lot of you guys have sexual chemistry with your masculines, and a lot of you are trying to understand it, or you'll get triggered and think that's all they want. But just, remember that that's the way they show love. And the reason they do that is because they haven't been taught to like openly express their emotions through feelings and words and affection. So for them, when they feel love, it's like they feel that sexual chemistry with you as a way of saying, okay, like I want to show you I love you, but it means like that contact, that becoming one with you type of feeling. So yeah, just pay attention to if triggers like that are coming up, because I definitely think like the divine feminine as well has done so much growth that there may be like a sense of readiness of wanting to connect with the divine masculine sexually, or vice versa. The masculines might be wanting to connect with you sexually, divine feminine. Just pay attention to the triggers that are coming up and be open and honest with each other with just everything that you're feeling, because I feel like this bond of friendship coming through. Like you guys can tell each other anything. You guys can talk about anything. And there's just this level of acceptance and unconditional love that's being felt, okay? So yeah, that was a beautiful reading. Again, guys, hit me up on Wizio if you want to do a personal one, okay? Community 10 is the coupon code to use. That's Wizio.com. I look forward to connecting with you guys. Shout out to the Patreon crew, Mega Crew 717. All right, take care, guys. I will catch you in the next video.